Hello everyone, I'm Zaptie, and I went to recently go see Rogue One, a Star Wars episode story with my good friend BionicPIG.
Hey!
And we're gonna review it, but instead of just regular reviewing it, we're gonna review it drunk.
Hell yeah.
Hold on, shit, I didn't get the, try it again.
Alright, second time.
Perfect.
All right. Jesus Christ. Well, I think that's a good start. You just want to start at the beginning?
Sure, so I guess first, what were your overall thoughts?
First part was boring as hell. It just completely lost me. And then the last part was fun, but I didn't care about the story, but it was still fun.
Okay. I thought it fucking sucked, almost beginning to end. I'm aware that it has, like, it's like an 80-something% on Rotten Tomatoes, and Twitter's going crazy.
I can get why people liked it.
Yeah, Elvis the Alien's gonna be real unhappy with me. His wife's gonna be perfectly in agreement.
Because apparently she didn't like it, so that's good.
So, okay, from the very beginning, we start with this. Okay, we should say this now. There's gonna be spoilers in this whole thing.
Oh yeah, spoilers galore.
So don't watch this if you haven't seen the movie, because even if we were to try to filter spoilers, we're gonna be getting progressively more drunk as we go.
At the same time, everyone knows what's gonna happen.
True, very true, and that's my biggest problem with it, I think.
Yeah, everything that you expect that will happen.
Yeah,
which is the reason it didn't do it for me.
There's a grand total of 2 characters that have like any merit, and it's the robot played by Alan Tudyk. He was really good. I liked him. There seems to be this tendency since. Did you ever see Interstellar?
No.
Well, there's this character in Interstellar called TARS, which is like a funny robot. That's basically the trend now in movies. Is if you have a robot character, it has to be funny and charismatic.
That's true.
It worked. I liked it. And then blind Donnie Yen. I don't know what his character's name was. In fact, I remember no character names.
I don't think we ever gave him. I think it was just blind guy that could do kung fu.
Yeah, I'm sure he got called by name at something.
Could do kung fu.
Blind Asian man. Racial stereotype, I think they referred to him as once or twice.
But the thing about it, the only character I cared that died was the robot.
Yes,
that's the only one I felt anything when he died.
Yep, the one non-human character is the most.
I was honestly just a little bit sad when he died.
Yeah, so I guess in terms of plot and why it's so fucking boring for the first while, the gist of this movie is that shit. Okay, see, this illustrates a problem. We saw this movie like an hour ago. And I want to note something you said. You said, as we got out, holy shit, that movie was 3 hours long. He did the math wrong because he's fucking stupid.
Yeah, because I looked at my clock. It said 9:07. It started, or 9:20 something actually. Yeah. Started at 7, and I just automatically jumped to, holy shit, that was 3 hours. I genuinely felt like it was a 3-hour movie because it was so goddamn strung out and boring.
I have no problem with a slow movie. Like, slow movies are totally fine.
Yeah, they can be good.
It's too much. And the biggest problem is the main character, played by Felicity Jones. First of all, her performance kind of sucked. I don't know if you agree with me.
She was very bland.
Yeah,
she didn't have anything that made me want to care about her.
Yeah, and I've seen nothing but praise for her pretty much. Like, everyone's like, oh, her performance is...
You know what actually made me, just like laugh? Is when she started giving the motivational speech to all...
It was fucking awful.
It was so bad. It's just like, yes, this person who's never been here before, doesn't know anyone, is just gonna give a pep talk to the fucking rebellion and be like, yeah, guys, we can do it. If we get together, I just wanted to fucking die.
And of course it works because it's film.
I mean, people clap for it, like, yeah, let's do it. But I really don't. It was just bad.
I did admittedly, I liked that she got shut down, like, by the overall council.
That is,
they were like, yeah, but even though you said that... It would have been
dumber if everyone was like, you know what? You convinced me.
Motivational
speech.
You put your heart into it, and that's all we need. We still haven't even really touched on the plot.
Okay, let's start at the beginning. The beginning was all over the place.
So it starts with Felicity Jones as a child. Like, she's a little baby bitch, and her dad is Hannibal from Hannibal. He's fucking wasted, by the way. This seems to be a recurring trend with him in big budget movies. He's wasted. He's in the movie for like a total of 7 minutes, I think.
He was not in there long.
So he worked for the Empire, and then Danny from Bloodline comes in and is like, yo, you should come back.
He was, okay, I forgot to mention, his performance was actually good.
His performance was good, but his character sucked.
Yeah, his character was dumb, but he did a good job with, he did the best he could do with what he was given.
The thing is, okay, so, you know what, fuck it, there's no structure to this, so let's just talk about Ben Mendelsohn's character. So he was director something. Everyone just kept calling him the director. I guess he was the dude who was like behind the making of the Death Star. I think we call him the project
director. So he was the guy who was directing the creation of the Death Star.
Like he was managing the Death Star's
But for some reason, no one gave a shit about him.
Okay, so for some reason he's there. But then Darth Vader's in this movie too.
Just for a few.
For 2 scenes.
I mean,
and the thing is, I saw online that there were reshoots for this movie, like late in the game, like a couple months ago. And I think those reshoots were to add Darth Vader to the film. Bottom of my heart. Because he's in it so briefly. I can't imagine that not being an afterthought.
Yeah. But
he's in 2 scenes.
The end scene, okay.
It's the only good scene in the movie. I'll stick by that.
Like, if you guys are watching this without seeing the movie, I'm sorry. But the end scene was...
That's your fault, we warned you.
Yeah, that's your fucking fault, we warned you. But the end scene was really the only scene in any Star Wars movie I've ever seen that actually made me convinced of how powerful fucking Darth Vader is.
He was scary.
He was genuinely like he was just like ripping people apart basically, and just like, oh, whatever. Like that's the only scene, because in every Star Wars movie, like there's other Jedi, so you're just like, oh, okay, so you know there's Jedis, but this whole movie was based around just regular humans that don't have anything. Like you're used to the aspect of a human trying to survive without just getting shot once.
Yeah.
And then like, you know, like armies going against armies, and then just Darth Vader taking on an entire army.
The thing, I'll give the slightest bit of credit that the end part was really consistently well shot. The action looked good. Like it was well choreographed. It was well executed, all speaking. But the problem is the whole premise, for those of you who haven't watched the trailers, I guess, that's really the only way you wouldn't know. The premise is that, holy shit, it's been, I'm already blank. I've seen the trailers for this movie. I've known the premise before I saw it. Basically, the Empire's built the Death Star. It already exists.
And everybody knows what happens to it.
Yeah, but they need the plans because Hannibal Lecter put in a failsafe in the quantum core, or whatever it was called.
At least again, because I remember a bunch of people being like, why would they make that blemish in the Death Star?
Yeah, I like that. That was neat.
Yeah.
That was a really good question to answer. It's like, why the fuck did that work? It's because
someone betrayed.
Yeah. Because Felicity Jones's dad is a little cheeky bastard.
He's a little bitch.
So Hannibal Lecter puts in this little failsafe, and then Felicity Jones is the only one who sees this message other than Forrest Whitaker, who dies immediately. He sounds like Eddie Redmayne from Jupiter Ascending. Oh my God, Jin, it's so nice to see you.
Yes.
Jin, I can't believe you're alive, and I sound like a chainsaw.
His performance was just fucking weird.
I can't even say it was bad, it was just confusing. I don't think he knew what he was supposed to do.
I didn't get the point of him being like,
because like he has,
I'm out of breath.
Yeah, because he has this oxygen tank that he uses. He's just like a couple times, but I don't know why it was there. But so he's just sort of in the movie, and then he dies.
And then he just dies
really early.
He had the opportunity to leave, but he just fucking dies.
And he's the one character apparently. I would call myself a Star Wars fan to a degree, but like I'm not a hardcore fan. Like I never read the fucking comics or the books.
I hate the first
or any of that
3 movies.
Gay shit. The first.
Yeah, the prequel bullshit.
I realize it's garbage. Like popular to hate the prequels, but they do.
But no, I actually
they're shitty movies.
I rewatched watched them recently because it was on my TV, and I was just angry the whole time. Like, it was just, how can it be this bad?
It's pretty impressive.
How could you...
But yeah, so apparently Forrest Whitaker is like the only character from the comics or books to be in the movie in any way, shape, or form. And he dies immediately, which I imagine comic fans were just thrilled about. I'm sure if I look it up, there'll be articles.
After thinking about it, I'm surprised this movie didn't get more flack than it did.
Yeah, it's gotten surprisingly good reviews. So I haven't even really talked about why I don't like it yet.
I feel like the reviews are just about the fact that it was very well shot. Action scenes were very well done.
Yes. Have you seen 300? Mm-hmm. It was like 300 levels of ridiculous, but like 300 is a myth.
Yeah.
Like 300 is one of those stories that's like, who knows, maybe this really happened, maybe it didn't. I don't know. Like,
but this was like the stereotype of stormtroopers just missing everyone.
Which is frustrating after Force Awakens, because like the very first scene of Force Awakens shows the stormtroopers being like really good. They're constantly shooting and hitting people.
And the thing is the people that they're gonna kill off in the movie, they die like boom, one shot dead, boom, one shot, and then when it comes to the main characters, oh god,
yeah, it's the most obvious plot armor. Like I forget who it was, but there was one point where there were like 4 rebels that died. Oh, it was the pilot guy, Riz Ahmed. I like him a lot. Yeah. He's a really good actor. He was in The Night Before. He did a good job. 4 Lions. Like, he's a good actor. And there's this scene where there's like 3 of them. And all of them die, but then he runs through like nothing. Yeah. And he's fine.
Like if anybody peeks their head, they fucking die. But if he runs, you're good.
The problem with this movie, I'm not usually nitpicky when it comes to this kind of thing. To be completely honest, I realize like Purge reviews are the most nitpicky things ever. I know, but it's because those movies are boring.
Yeah.
And this movie was boring, so all I could do to find fun was to nitpick the shit out of it.
The only part that just actually grabbed me slightly was the ending. But the only thing that just kept me held back slightly is just the fact that we know what happens. They get the plans. They're gonna die. They're gonna fucking figure out the Death Star as a weakness. They're gonna destroy the Death Star. You dying over there?
I'm good. Continue your sentence.
But at the end of the day, we all know the fucking Death Star gets exploded by Luke
Skywalker,
and we're all happy. That's the big reason that this movie is boring.
It suffers from the prequel to
predictable.
It's just
effect.
Like they're not going to destroy the Death Star because that doesn't happen until Star Wars Episode 4. That would be fine. The concept of just showing the story of them trying to figure out the plot of this movie, because I'm speaking in first person at this point. I'm trying my best here. They're trying to get the thing that frustrated me the most, I think, was that when I heard that they were trying to get the plans for the Death Star, my assumption, and I guess I was wrong. I know I was wrong. My assumption was that they were going to be trying to get the plans to prevent the Death Star from being completed, so they could find some kind of weakness. That's what I thought the
movie was about. I thought they were gonna try and figure out a way to never have it made.
Right, but then in like the first 5 seconds, they're putting the fucking gun on, and it's already done.
I will admit, the explosion part of destroying the cities was pretty good.
It like just completely uproots the earth.
And then in the distance, you just see this fucking like enormous explosion. That part, they did a good job on.
Yeah, because I mean, they basically destroyed what I guess is the Star Wars equivalent of Jerusalem. But that would be such a stronger concept if we'd ever heard about this Star Wars Jerusalem before. And maybe before any of you faggots who read the comics and books tell me, like, but Edu existed in the comics! I don't fucking care!
No.
I don't care!
The part that pissed me off is the beginning. When it was just like, oh, this scene happens. Title of the planet. This scene happens.
There was a lot of those.
Cut to a different title screen of the planet. This scene happens. I don't care. None of it connect. I feel like if they took out the entire first part of the movie, we would understand what's going on.
Absolutely.
I guess you could put in the dying of mom bullshit because, you gotta give her motivation.
I completely forgot her mom died. until you just said it. I totally forgot that her mom died at the beginning of the film.
It was so, like, honestly, it was anticlimactic. Like my wife leaned over and was like, that was fucking stupid.
Because, like, she shoots Ben Mendelsohn in the arm, and then he just sort of shoots her and she's dead.
My thing is, why? Why did she come? What was the fucking point of her coming back? She could have, they were obviously going to take someone, just take the husband and just act like you guys are dead. You would have been okay.
Yeah.
Hi, Amy.
Hi. Guys, BionicPIG's wife's in the background. Hello.
Hey.
Fun fact. We're super intoxicated. So I guess we need to talk, or I need to talk, because I keep saying that I hate this movie. I don't hate it. My opinions are heightened by alcohol. So realistically, I did think it was bad. I said this sober too. I said that I thought it was bad.
I didn't think it was bad. I think it was okay because there were some parts I can give credit to.
While the end action scenes were pretty fun, I'll give you that. They were fun, but they're just with like 7 characters I don't give a shit about. I don't care if any of them die except the robot.
That's the fucking thing.
I just want more of the robot.
Every time someone died, I did not give a fucking shit.
Right, and then, okay, and the biggest thing.
And the romance, the fucking awkward, like...
Yeah, it's like
I randomly like you now, even though you tried to kill my father.
Yeah.
Why?
It was...
Why did they have to put that awkward, like, looking at each other like, I'm gonna fuck you at some point, even though we're gonna die?
Right, and like those last, like, 10 minutes,
I don't know his name.
Felicity Jones and
one guy.
I shouldn't say that. Whatever the fuck his name.
Taco Bell boy.
He's Commander something or Captain some.
What is he?
I don't know.
The only reason he's really in there is because he was gonna kill her dad.
Yeah, Mads Mikkelsen. The dude who was in Doctor Strange. He was the bad boy.
Yeah, he was
with
the bad guy. With the burnt eyes, whatever the fuck that was. Okay, I lost track of where we're at.
I don't know either.
The fucking shield. The shield of I was under the impression that if you go through it, you'll die. They didn't give that idea at any point in time until the end when it exploded and I saw like the blue shield dissipate around the fucking world. I thought it was just that hole. I was so fucking confused by that. They never mentioned it. I was like, go around it.
The hole.
It was everywhere. No, the hole every time they went the fucking fighter went in the hole. The fighter went in the hole and died.
Aaron, shut up.
I promise.
Shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck up. No, hold on. Let me explain this to you. Let me spell this out for your stupid brain.
In letters?
I don't have a pencil, so... nor paper, which would be more important, arguably, than the pencil.
You can arguably write on anything.
You shut your mouth, okay? Okay, so what happens in the movie is... So there's like this this little hole. It's a little boy pussy available. The shield's boy
really
pussy.
Small.
But there's this little boy pussy hole that you can sneak through. It's the shield hole. This is barely related. But there was a scene where like 90 TIE fighters come out at once. The CGI looked fucking terrible. Like, do you agree with that?
Yeah, I noticed that.
It looked so rubbery, and I don't know how to explain it better than that. But like,
and
this is a Star Wars film. The CGI should be the only thing they get right, but they fuck it.
We're only like 15 fighter jets.
Rebel fighter
thingies. Yes. And then there's like 500 that just fly out.
The TIE fighter is
How
just
are they alive?
Have you ever hit like a beehive? Like that's what
the equivalent of that.
It looks like that. Like you smack.
Also,
go out to your local beehive.
How did they fit that many?
Smack it with a stick.
Go to beehive.com.
Beehive.com
for all your local
beehive smack
merchandise.
smack. Shit. Smack. I'm trying to say this sentence. Shut up. Smack. Beehive smack needs. I got it. I made it. Beehivesmackneeds.com.
How are there so many in such a small thing?
And why? This is arguably the most important part. Why did it take them like a good it's like 15 minutes into the fight.
It's like, okay,
and all the TIE fighters come out and they're like, oh shit, I guess we're being attacked. Like, no shit, you're being attacked.
Why didn't they just come out one by one? Why do they have to all get in and be like, you guys ready? You guys good?
Yeah.
We gotta wait for Gerald.
Gerald's
You're
late.
fucking late
As
again.
per fucking usual, that dickhead.
Dude, we got shit blowing up. You're fucking late, dude.
And
get in the fucking fighter.
There's a character. I'm forgetting a character. There's a main character we haven't talked about.
The dude who shoots everybody.
The machine gun guy.
Yeah.
He's okay, I guess.
One part I
man.
disliked is when this guy can do fucking, kung fu, crazy, blind, crazy Jedi bullshit.
Yeah.
And then he just walks to the main button saying,
No, see...
Force and the Force will force with me. Hit the fucking shit and kill a bunch of people. Force it in my ass.
It goes on for a very uncomfortably long time, to the point that if it was closer, I would have been like, okay, I get it, like the Force is a symbolic thing. Because, the Force is symbolic for religion. It always has been symbolic for religion, but in this movie, it's like a little ham-fisted.
See, at a point in time, I forget which part, but they said they were going to send someone out there to help them. I thought they were going to send a Jedi out to the last part to help them.
Because fucking Jimmy Smits, I don't know his character, is something Organa. He adopted Leia, about Boba Organa.
Oh yeah, I remember him.
Yeah, he's still got the goatee. He looked good. He looks good. Because he was last in.
He was in there for 5 seconds.
Yes, but he was in episode... There's a burp. Hold on.
That was mine.
I thought I had one. I don't. I lied. I'm sorry. So the Organa.
Fucking Gregorian chants over
Gregorian.
Leia has one line.
Right, yeah, Leia
and it was terribly performed.
And she looks really weirdly CGI'd. Like, it's like Paul Walker in Furious 7 levels weird. But so Jimmy Smits mentioned something about a Jedi, though. He mentions something about a fucking Jedi. And
that they're going to send over to help.
Yeah, he's like, oh, I trust this Jedi with my life. I trust her with my life. And they say her. But, like, Leia's not a fucking Jedi. Leia's never been a Jedi. This is bullshit.
I thought they were going to send over a Jedi just to help out. And then there was going to be some heroic scene where they save a bunch of people.
I'm not a fan of this movie. I don't like this. That's what you can take from this.
That's what you can take from
this movie's fucking shit. Okay.
Okay, me personally, it's not shit.
Yes,
it's okay. Don't spend your money on it. Black Lives Matter.
Forrest Whitaker just has this really paranoid look about him. Maybe he was in a car accident, or like there's no nice way to put that. Forrest Whitaker's eye is fucked. And it's constantly fucked throughout this movie because it's Forrest Whitaker playing the part. I mean, his eye's not gonna unfuck itself for Star Wars, you know what I mean?
Fuck you.
Yeah, so the plot is that Riz Ahmed, who is the dude, he has long hair. He's a pilot. He's a pilot for the Empire, and he has a message from Hannibal Lecter. That's how I burp. I inhale.
Oh god. Woo! Daddy. Okay. Those hiccups though.
Yeah. Okay. Well, those aren't hiccups. That's how I burp. I inhale burp. Don't
judge me. Sounds like a hiccup.
I agree, but I call it hiccuping.
Hiccuping.
Hiccup.
Okay, fair enough. A hard cock.
So.
What were you talking about?
There's nothing to talk. We're having trouble because there's nothing to talk about in this movie.
Okay.
It's
basically. What happens in this movie is everything that you already know what's gonna happen. They give the plans to the rebellion that the Death Star has a hole, and if it's wet, then they're gonna fuck it and destroy it.
Yo, you closed your hands before I could high five you. Put your hand back out. Cool. Darth Vader.
Cool scene.
No, not the cool scene. Ow. I might have just damaged a tooth. Hold on.
His tooth's probably gonna fall out. I actually did like a shot.
Shut up! I'm making a point.
No, let me say one thing.
Fine.
I did like a shot that was Darth Vader coming out, and it showed the shadow of him really tall compared to him, and it made a representation that Darth Vader is a fucking god compared to him. I liked that because I feel like they did the symbolic thing that made it look cool. That's the one shot that I appreciate. Everything else, fuck you.
In the same scene, there's Darth Vader is talking to Danny from Bloodline, and
that's who we're gonna call him, Danny from Bloodline.
He's the main villain.
Watch Bloodline.
Bloodline. Good show.
Good show. What were we talking about?
Gonorrhea. Darth Gate. Whoa.
Darth Vader.
Darth Vader's first appearance.
Vader.
Shut your fucking mouth. It's like, oh my god, Darth Vader, you're black? I had no idea.
Was there a black person in this movie? I don't think there was a black person.
Forrest Whitaker's black.
Oh yeah.
I've been trying to make the same point about Darth Vader for like 20 minutes.
I'm sorry. So, I keep interrupting.
In the first Darth Vader scene of the film, he makes a choke pun. Darth Vader makes a fucking pun. It's Darth Vader. Darth Vader.
I remember that.
Try not to
choke on your aspirations.
It's like don't choke on your ambitions. And I wanted to shoot myself in the mouth.
Don't do puns.
Because then that later scene where he kills like 7 rebels, the door is partially closed and they're trying to transfer the Death Star plans to the other rebels who are on the other side of the partially closed door. And they're all like, oh my god, Darth Vader's gonna kill me. And
that was cool.
And he like stabs them a bunch.
That was cool.
That was a good scene. And I can't even say that was a good scene. That was the good scene. And I really want to see comments from people who like this movie. And I feel like we should note this. This is important to know. We saw this movie sober.
Opinions strong.
They're being displayed by drunk ones.
So we might be a little bit extreme.
I do distinctly remember when I walked out of the movie, I said I thought it was really bad.
That's true, but remember the Rogue One? Remember Rogue One?
Where they're like, oh, yeah,
Remember the scene?
what's your designation? And he's like, Rogue. And then Felicity Jones looks at him like he's a fucking idiot.
Wait for it.
And then he goes, Rogue One.
Oh shit, that's the movie!
I fucking hate that
cliche.
They said it.
Oh my god.
That's like the one Family Guy skit that's any good. Don't watch Family
Seth
Guy.
MacFarlane is a fucking tool.
He's a
I'm
hack.
gonna make the same show 5 times.
Roger looks like Elvis the Alien. So,
You wanna
final verdicts?
rate this movie?
Final verdict for me. Are we doing it out of 10 or 5? That's important.
Let's do a 10, just to give it more specific.
you do it at
Specific. I'd give it a 4 out of 10. Watch it if you really have nothing else to do in your life.
2 out of 10. My number is 2 out of 10. That's probably extreme. I'm sure I'll resolve that. Here, I got you.
Thank you.
Here, so
Bottle flip. You guys can't even see this.
stop it.
I got it.
I just hit you in the face. I'm sorry.
No,
I didn't
it's
mean
okay.
To, I didn't mean
it's
to
okay.
do that.
It's okay. Wait.
You gonna do bottle flip one more time?
Oh shit!
He actually legitimately got it. Like I picked this up straight.
What are we talking about?
Rogue One sucks. That's the review, ladies and gentlemen.
You made me do my note file.